So I'm going to try something. I blew out eggs, had a delicious breakfast, let them dry. I've already done it to this one, but I'm sealing it with hot glue. And I'm going to attempt to pour a resin in there and see if I can make an egg. I wish I'll keep you posted on this one. Okay, for my first egg, I've mixed up 40 milliliters of resin, and I'm using Art and Glow resin. So we'll see, it's a casting and coating resin. And then I've got the Arteza Sapphire Blue. I put a bunch in there, so we're going to see how this works. A bad judge of how much of quantity that I might need. So I'm going to try my little pipette. See if that will help me get it in there better. Of course, I'm having a hard time getting it up into the pipette. Okay, let's see. Got it stuck. I'm not going to make y'all watch me fill this whole egg up. But if I run into any issues, I will let you know about it. I discovered 40 mils was not quite enough. So I went to 60, and it's probably about 68 because this is what I have left in the cup. So I'm going to put that in another mold. And now I'll know what to do for this egg. And I ended up just very carefully pouring it in, making a very fine, thin stream because the pipette just wasn't working. So I'll know to mix more for this, and I'm going to need to make that hole a little bit bigger for my stream. I have a feeling that the little inner film inside the egg is going to stick to the resin, and I'm going to have to end up sanding it off. So we'll see. But I think that's going to make a much better area to smooth out and make it look like an egg than having it halved. Because that was my concern with making a mold out of silicone, is that there'd be too big of a gap that makes a flat side on it. So, okay. I'm going to wait like 2 to 3 days before I even attempt to break it because I want to make sure that it's completely sealed. So on to this one. I'll probably do a nice bright red for that one. Yay! So I had the strawberry red Arteza, and it seemed kind of a brown, it was more kind of a brown red, so I added some chili pepper, alcohol ink in there. It's the pinata chili pepper, and it did kind of brighten it up some, and I'm thinking it might make a really neat swirly pattern. Ooh, I hope these eggs turn out. And again, I'm not going to try and do the pipette on it. I'm going to mix it with, and pour it in very slowly, very gently, trying to make a very thin stream. I didn't have very many spills when I did it with the first egg, so hopefully that works. And the first egg settled. Doesn't look like I put as much in there because it settled some. Got to remember that on this one. And I'll show you what I mean by it settled. Try and save my sticks. Get a nice resin coating on there, and it helps leave less bubbles when you go to mix. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but it's not all the way up to the top anymore. I mean, it's not very deep down in there, but it's just not as high up as it was. So now I'm going to make this hole a little bit bigger and then pour it in. I don't know, maybe I can do it with that hole the way it is. Let's see. I don't want to crack the egg more. I think I'll be okay. I just need a space so that air can get in. And then we start a teeny tiny thin stream. This part's tricky. See, it does that and it doesn't let the air in. And then you gotta kind of pop the bubble that is there. See? Little bubble. Start over. Okay. We'll see how it goes. As you can see, I overflowed this egg some. I figured it'll be easier to take that off, but we'll find out. So I will decast these in a few days. Now, to continue with my extra resin that I have, I'm just filling up this mold because I just have a little left. And I know this is definitely not filling up my mold, but I can play and make something out of it. Don't want to waste. This will be a fun one to find out what it looks like when I'm done playing. Because who knows what else I'll do with it. Okay. Be back on when I get to decast these. Okay. I let these cure for 2 days. Should have gone back and poured a little more in there because the one thing I didn't want is it to be flat. And if you come in here, it's settled about that deep. A little less than 1/4 of an inch. So let's see. Ooh, they're heavy. So let's see what happened. Oh, I knew that was going to happen from resin pour. Oh, from resin pouring. But let's see. I'm just going to do it like a regular egg. Yeah, well, that didn't work so well. I wonder if it's even going to let me peel it. It's going to let me take the egg, the shell off. I may just have a nicely resined egg with resin all in the inside and nothing else. I'm going to work on this and come back. This one is actually trying to release, and you can see some of the little shell coating is there, but it's actually trying to release. So that's pretty cool. Just had to show you that part. I'll keep working it. Oh, it's coming off pretty easily. Yay. I just gotta figure out how to get it off of that other one. Yay. Oh, wow. Pretty cool. So far, yes. Got some weird air bubbles. I've gotten this far on peeling it off. This is kind of stuck some. Well, I say that. Perhaps I need to keep recording because it comes off better while I'm recording. It was trying to be stuck. I guess in some places. Now, of course, it's got some shiny spots, but it's basically dull because the inside of an egg is dull. And I couldn't spray it with anything on the inside that would have actually made a difference, because the hole is too little. Okay, well, I'm going to try and get this off and clean it up and then see what happens. Got it all off. Just some fine grit sanding paper, shine it up. I think that'll be neat. Don't know if I'll do that again, but that was kind of fun. Fun experiment. So that's what you can do. You might get the shell off. You might not. I'm going to keep working on this one. Hopefully at some point in time I can get it all off. And if I do, I'll put pictures out. Thanks for watching. Here are our poured eggs. The blue one that I couldn't get the shell off of, I covered with muriatic acid and let it sit. Of course, both eggs came out really dull. So I went back and I covered them with just a little thin layer of epoxy just to shine them up. And so the way I did it was I stuck them, well, maybe they live now on these cups because I stuck them with sticky stuff and now I can't get it off. But, you know, I'll figure it out, I guess. That's just kind of funny. And I guess I stuck this one to the actual container here. I had put Vaseline on the container. So, well, it's a learning experience. But they turned out real pretty. Now they have stands, I guess. Woo! Okay, thanks for watching.